welcome to DDS Sports Central as we serve you juicy global sporting stories. On today's edition, we're doing a roundup of the Gateway Games Festival Ogun 2024 that just came to a close over the weekend. Now, we'll bring you some high points of this event, but that will be when we come back after this short break. So do not go anywhere. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. This is still DDM Sports Central. Like we said, this is a roundup of all that happened at the Gateway Games Ogun 2024. Now, for 2 thrilling weeks, the Gateway Games Ogun 2024 turned Nigeria's attention to Abeokuta, where stadiums roared with excitement, streets thrived with activity, and athletes, struggled for excellence, bringing a whole lot of excitement to Nigeria sports. The event provided a lot of experiences from unforgettable trials to frustrating challenges. Anyway, first off, it was a celebration of culture and sporting brilliance. Now, the games opened with a vibrant ceremony at the MKO Abiola International Stadium, showcasing Ogun State's cultural wealth. Now, if you didn't see the opening ceremony, try to get a feel of it. It was lovely. It was colorful. It was remarkable. It was memorable. Traditional music, dance, fireworks, and choreography turned the venue into a colorful spectacle. Now, Vice President Kashim Shettima, who declared the games open, described the event as a celebration of unity and youth excellence. Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun, who obviously heavily invested in infrastructure, was joined by other prominent figures, including former President Olusegun Obasanjo and Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka. Now, athletes from all across Nigeria competed fiercely, and the games stood out for their level of competition and organization. Mark my word, competition and organization. Now, Delta State maintained its stronghold on the medal table. 2 years ago, they clinched the title, and this year they maintained it. They dominated, disciplines from track events to swimming. Their continued success was inspired by Governor Sheriff Oborewori's call to defend their title. There's something about spoken words. He said they were going to defend it, and it came to be. Now, let's look at record-breaking feats and star performances. The athletics events were particularly memorable. Patience Okon-George of Cross River broke the women's 400 meters record, clocking 51.64 seconds, surpassing the previous record from the 2020 edition. She was followed by Happy Rashid from Rivers State and Miracle O.M. Donald from Lagos State, who won silver and bronze respectively. Now, Okon-George expressed joy at the accomplishment, noting that her hard work and her dedication actually paid. You see, hard work, dedication always pays. In another impressive performance, Dorcas Oka of Delta State shattered a 33-year-old national swimming record in the women's 100 meters freestyle, finishing in 59.59 seconds. She also broke the festival record, earning praise for her outstanding contribution. Now, Ogun State, the host, delivered their best ever performance. The home crowd energized athletes like Ololade Adeyemi, who claimed 5 gold medals in darts. That sports you throw something and it hangs on the board like an arrow. Ogun also excelled in the mixed 4x400 meters relay, men's football, and para sports, especially wheelchair basketball. Their darts team emerged as overall champions, confirming their dominance beyond hosting duties. The spirit of unity and economic boost, That's one area that this festival, showcased, because the festival became a unifying force, bringing Nigerians together from different ethnic and cultural backgrounds. The ceremonies, filled with music and dance, reflected the national unity. The Director General of the National Sports Commission, Bukola Olopade, described Ogun 2024 as the best edition, and I agree with him, in the past 25 years. He praised the high standards in infrastructure, logistics, and athlete welfare. The game also brought economic benefits. Why not, if not? With over 12,000 visitors, including 9,500 athletes and officials, local businesses saw increased patronage. Hotels were booked out, and vendors around venues saw booming sales. Adire fabric traders, food sellers, and artisans must have cashed in or cashed out, as the case may be. However, some traders complained about high cost of renting space up to 75,000 naira, leading to increased product prices. That's expected anyway. But then nonetheless, the games gave some economic benefits. Now, let's look at the challenges. Challenges and controversies, despite the success, had its own stain on the, let's call it stain now, had its own impact on the games. Notably is the power outage. Power outages disrupted events like table tennis and a long distance race. Although officials downplayed the issue, it exposed persistent infrastructural shortcomings. When will we stop having power outages in this country? Anyway, the National Sports Commission Chairman, Shehu Diko, acknowledged the glitch, but emphasized that such issues are common even in international events. Okay, if I don't argue. A more serious problem emerged when Ogun State athletes staged a protest over unresolved grievances, blocking the Babcock University camp. The disruption lasted until mid-afternoon, highlighting organizational lapses. Now, there were also complaints about long travel times between venues and inadequate athlete accommodations and meals. Please, I just hope that by next edition, this will not be, an issue that will be rearing its ugly head. Now, we look at officiating issues. Officiating, well, I don't know how they were able to think this out of sports. Officiating sparked outrage, particularly in boxing and kung fu. A match between Lagos and Jigawa ended in controversy, with Lagos officials alleging biased officiating. In one incident, Edo State officials protested for hours to reverse a kung fu decision. I wonder how they protested. Did they protest with kung fu? Anyways, Edo State Sports Commission, their representative, Patricia Amenze, condemned the poor athlete welfare, substandard meal, and political interference in the competition. Now, the next challenge I'm going to talk about is something that I never thought was going to rear its ugly head, and that's doping issues. We go to international events and we have doping issues, and we are having our own locally, and we are still having doping issues. Anyway, discipline and integrity concerns. Unfortunately, the games were marred by 6 doping violations, leading to disqualifications. These incidents not only tainted the integrity of the event, but also raised concerns about inadequate education on banned substances and poor medical oversight. Coach Jackson Iyobosa Edobo of Edo was suspended for threatening a cycling official during the competition, further underlining disciplinary concerns. While such misconduct is rare, it reflects the intense pressure on teams